Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli's sacked. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On third and long, it's Manning. He's going to launch this thing. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Able to get there and pick it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On 1st and 10, Kaiser. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Flex round!
Throwing again is Kaiser on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. One final try now for Manning. He's going to take another and now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
Come on, let's go!
This is Crowell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Guys are now on second down. Caught here left side by Brett. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Let's go! Ohio! Undercrush!
Kaiser from the gun on third. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Andrew Adams. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. This is Shepard on the catch. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Manning looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Manning. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. They give it, and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go! White, 90! White, 90! Flex round! Flex round!
Check 26, check 26.
Time running out here on the play clock. Kaiser just getting the play off. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on Ringo. Tight is on
They'll let Perkins carry to start the drive. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To Shepard, complete over the middle. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Play action. Manning. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On play action, it's Manning. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Here we go on 4th down with Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 18 yards on that one. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Manning now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Meter with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And Manning keeps it himself. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Giants with possession of the football, but needing points as we start quarter number 4. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Fresh set of downs here.
Gun.
They pitch to Perkins. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Manning to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver, and it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing is Manning on third down. And Ingram hauls it in. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. First down and goal to go from the 7. First and goal, Perkins. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
They come out here in the eye. They'll let the shorter back Perkins run it. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Manning. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly didn't get what they wanted on that play. That means it's a big-time decision on what you call on 4th down.
Absolutely, because a field goal here doesn't do him much good. Now Manning, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Here we go. Ohio.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
The Browns on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back back near his goal line. Kaiser. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Back to throw. And this is caught. First catch by Brandon Marshall. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Back to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, 37 yards. And the G-men have taken the lead here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Manning. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Rosas now to kick this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Fourth down, Kaiser, desperation time. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Giants are close to finishing off this football game. And now out come the Giants. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. You know, all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up. No crazy plays. And they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
The Giants on third down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop. And he didn't get it there. No, it's no good. Just shy of the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is. So in a game that's been full of twists and turns, here's another with time winding down.
And now, as you say, time's obviously a huge factor. But all you're looking for now is 3. So one big play, maybe a penalty, and you might get that shot after all.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Darian Thompson, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Cleveland.